Yo guys, and welcome to the second wave of viewers for the 250k subscriber milestone creation raffle. I gotta admit, this particular wave of creations really came out quite challenging. I think I ended up having a proper legit roadblock for every individual creation. So these ones might look a little bit unpolished, but believe me when I say I really did try my best here. And as always to the winners themselves, I just truly hope that they enjoy it. So guys, let us dive in and begin. So to our first winner of this series, congratulations to Rubynodragon with their message. Congrats on the milestone, you deserve it. If you'd like, you could try tackling this lovely character. I've always been curious about how she'd look in Spore. This character being a Draconicus named Queen Yggdrasil. So this creation here, when I first saw the artwork, I absolutely loved it. It was just such a beautiful and elegant design. Not to mention it being a Draconicus, I kind of expected something a little bit more, you know, chaotic, discordy. But no, I thought this design was really beautiful. And I was really excited to do it in Spore. And in practice, I was able to nail out the body quite quickly. I was really happy about that. Particularly the curvature of the spine and the neck. But then when it came to the colours in particular, things really started falling out of place, unfortunately. As you can see right now, I really did try my best. I'm actually quite happy that the armour came out, considering it is Spore. I'm very limited. Fortunately, the captain's pieces really helped to give in that more elegant flair, make it look more royal and such. As you can see, I tried to use some snow flurries and smoky effects for the steamy tails. Got like a bit of a steam slash incense kind of thing going on with the tip of the tail. The coloration is, I'm completely off, I'm afraid. So, Queen Yggdrasil is overall a very beige kind of creature with a white underbelly, a partially white face, you know, think of like a typical horse markings. Their back legs go into more of like a talony, kind of like a griffin sort of style. So they went into like a bit more greyish, bluish colour scheme. The entirety of the tail was a dragon tail, so that had to be green or blue, but the only way I could do that in Spore is via, you know, just like covering it in a mountain of coloured parts, and let's be honest, that just would not have looked good here, not as a typical creation. And of course the mane itself, which was this really nice adornment of, well, not like leaves to be honest, which makes sense. That was meant to be shades of green and teal, and unfortunately I just could not do it. So I really am a little bit bummed out about the colour scheme on this, but like I said, I really did try my best. I actually quite like how the mane looks now. It looks a little bit crazy, but I tried to give it like a bit more of a bushier, like kind of leafy feeling, and I actually quite like how that came out. I really like the wings, they're nice and petite, very clean, very simple. I like how the tail is curved out, I like the legs, I just like how I've actually made a creation. It's just the textures themselves really got me here. Rayhan, I'm very sorry about that, but as I said, this entire series of creations all had their unique challenges, and I just really hope that you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun making this. It was a very fun challenge. I just feel kind of bad because, like I said, I found the design so beautiful, and I'm a little bit disappointed I couldn't quite capture that here. Now, our second winner here was by Run Segal with the message, make a few cat-like creatures from World of Warcraft, like a Panthera, the Saber-tusk, or the Zandalari cat form, and a Snapdragon. You may pick one or do all three. So to keep it fair, I really only had to pick one, although I do really love your ideas. And I couldn't decide on which one, because on the one hand, I really wanted to do a Saber-tusk because you guys know me, I'm a sucker for big spiky things. Not to mention, I play as Zandalari Druid in World of Warcraft, so I've got a bit of a soft spot for that. But then on the other hand, the Snapdragon felt a little bit more unlike what I normally do. I always make like big spiky creatures. I kind of fancy doing the Snapdragon more. The Snapdragon here, I actually really like how it came out. I'm pretty damn happy with probably all of it, just except for, once again, the colours. So World of Warcraft has a really unique style where a lot of the characteristics and anatomy are quite exaggerated, especially the adornments of spikes and sails, as you can see here. In particular, I tried to capture the more unique shapes of the sails, such as how they really point out to like a kind of a mohawky type of style. And in order to do that, I did a combination of different parts, which did mean for a rather unclean texture, but at the same time, this also made the textures inconsistent, which in this rare scenario I actually quite liked, since typically, if I had used only the ichthyosaur parts, that would have resulted in a bit of a jumbled mess of like just stripes everywhere. Sometimes when you overlap them too much, it can look a little bit strange. Not to mention I would not have been able to get the pointed shape. Whereas alternatively, if I just used the spiky parts alone, there would have been too spiky and also too plain. So I quite liked this combination of the two different parts. I especially really liked how the legs. The legs are just chunky enough, because another thing World of Warcraft is, like I said, very bulky anatomy. Some parts are very exaggerated. That goes particularly with here, where the forelimbs are really large, and with it being like a bit of a underwater kind of creature, it's got like a lot of folds and overlapping skin, and that's something I tried to capture here, which again I think came out quite well. But the colour scheme is where I had a bit of an issue. In the end, it ended up being as simple as I chose the wrong colour palette. Too much gold or too much teal, like the overall proportions were just off, and it was really kind of annoying me, like I just could not find the right balance. And then eventually I decided to myself, actually, it is World of Warcraft. They do recolours like mad, so I went and found a different coloured variant of the Snapdragon. Lo and behold, now the colours look great and perfect, everything's nice and consistent. I'm happy, and hopefully everyone together is happy as well. Once again, mate, congratulations, and I really hope you enjoy it. Now our third winner here is DiSam. With their comment, for the request, I had this pretty cool dragon art doll I got a while ago that I think would be pretty cool to turn into a spore creature. And then they go on to a bit of a description of the said doll. Now, this doll, like I said, I've been having my troubles this time around. The doll was gorgeous, it was really, really cool, and I really liked it. It had a very simplistic design, one that I thought would be very easy to translate into spore. In the end, I was really, really wrong. As you can see in the creation, the majority of the parts have all gone into colorizing the face. The face was beautifully intricate, had so many different shades, different kind of paintings, kind of gave me like a bit of a African or Aboriginal kind of vibe of the painting and markings on the face. It was really, really pretty, but very intricate. So as I worked towards doing a whole large portion of the face, I ended up having to move on and try see if I can catch up and do all the fur on the rest of the creature. And fortunately I was able to do the different colours, fair enough, but I wasn't really able to get them to flow properly. One big issue with spore is of course the complexity meter, and in a perfect world, I would have added so many more fur parts onto this. Not covering the entire body, but to at least make a lot of the fur kind of flow a little bit better. Have it look like the part of the skin transition into the skin, and not just kind of stick out randomly the back of the legs and so on. And especially would have filled out the mane a lot more. But unfortunately, complexity got me here. I thought the colours are pretty good. It's a little bit too much red around the chest, but I actually felt like that little extra bit of red really helped it as a spore creature. It might not be entirely accurate, but I noticed when I didn't have the red underbelly there on the creature, it looked kind of off. So Willie's had that little addition there. But otherwise, like I said, the face was so beautifully intricate. I really wish I could have added much, much more to it. But alas, at the complexity meter, it got me once again. But more importantly, I had quite a bit of fun making this. It was definitely a more unique design, and I really enjoyed it. And of course, DiSam, I hope that you enjoyed it as well. And congratulations, my dude. And so our fourth winner was Rubynodragon with a message: congratulations for 250k subscribers, keep on making amazing creations and videos. My request would be Wolf Link from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. So this was a really fun one. On the one hand, it was a wolf, I was really looking forward to doing it. On the other hand, it's a wolf, I was really dreading doing it. Just like horses, as I mentioned in a previous video, wolves are notoriously tricky to make. There's just something about, again, like their anatomy, and particularly what I struggle with is their necks. For some reason, whenever I make my wolf creations, I always make their necks just really strange, either too large, too small, because I have like very, very puffy fur all around there, like a bit of a minor mane in a way, and I always accidentally exaggerate it in sport. Not to mention, the paws are also very tricky to make, but I often make the paws a little bit too bulbous. This time round, I tried all sorts of brand new experiments. This will be a creation I'll definitely show a process video for in the future, because I tried so many new experiments with this, and I actually think it came out quite well in the end. The only downside to this creation is I couldn't quite fit in the markings around the side of the body. Since Wolf Link has some pretty unique markings around his face and body, I was able to squeeze in the face at the very end, but for the body, again, complexity and actually just things texturing kind of weirdly, I in the end used a bit of a random stripy texture and a little bit of fur around where would be the thickest of the markings, and kind of hope that that'd be enough to suggest what the markings are, suggest what the character is. Now, unfortunately, while the markings aren't quite right, I actually really like everything else here. I think this is by far one of my better wolf creatures so far. Like I said, I'm very, very happy with it, particularly around the face. The face is a little bit long, but the eyes are a lot better, the mouth is a lot better, the general proportions, the ears, the neck in particular. especially with all the fur on top of it. Overall, I actually really like this one, and it might be my favourite one here. And of course, Rubynodragon, I really hope that you like it as well. Congratulations. And then for our final winner of the day, forchick, with our message, congratulations, great to see the channel growing and doing better. I've mentioned it down here in the comments before, but I'd love to see a gold dragon from Dungeons and Dragons. A bit of a challenge, but I'd love to see how you make the non-traditional wings and face. Or if you'd want something a bit less complicated, it'd be cool to see a beholder from D&D as well. They've got a really unique design, like a floating ball with a mouth, one big eye, and 10 tentacles with more eyes on the ends. They've been an icon in the game since forever. So I couldn't decide between the two because both were quite unique designs, and like I said, I just could not decide. So in the end, I just went to Google, did a random number generator from 1 to 2, 1 was the winner, being the golden dragon. And I gotta say, yeah, the wings are definitely quite the challenge. I think I was able to nail it fairly well. I think the height might be a little bit off in some places, but I couldn't really do much about that without things overlapping really badly. But I really like the musculature around the chest, around the shoulders, biceps, and the wing muscles. The head was quite a lot of fun. The head was one of those cases where I couldn't just make it too simple just because, since the face actually very much resembled one of the core spore heads, so that's a really nice, kind of a shortcut in a way. But I still overlapped a couple of extra parts on top of the face, just to give it a little bit extra shape, a little bit extra coloration, just to make it look a little bit more complete. Not to mention all the whiskers, that was a really nice touch. Unfortunately, the tail was very complicated. The wings kind of wrapped all the way down, all the way to the very, very tip of the tail, and they were very curved, very swirly, very flexible. I couldn't really do that in Spore, unfortunately. So I had to make them flow in one consistent direction, but I kept changing the sizes, big and small, make it vary up a bit, so hopefully it has some resemblance to the actual pattern. It's not perfect, but I really hope it's close enough. As for the head, I couldn't really quite see the way that the head sails were adorned. I'm pretty sure it was one on either side. I could be wrong there, I really hope not. Unfortunately, the resources of this one were a little bit more limiting than the others. Fortunately though, I did have some friends during the live stream to help me get extra references that I just could not find, and that really helped out a lot and helped me pick out certain details, especially the coloration. Overall, I really like it. I really like the body shape, I really like the anatomy. I'm actually really happy about the wings. They might not be quite 100% perfect, but I think as far as the spore creation goes, I think they look pretty damn good. And like I said, I'm just really, really happy with it. And of course, forchick, I hope you are as well. So that, my dudes, is the second wave of winners for the subscriber milestone raffle. Like I said, they all had their fair few bits of challenges, and I didn't want to leave them out, but overall in the end, I really, really like how they all came out. I am very proud of them. I really tried to do a lot of new things, a lot of new technique to try and minimize the errors. I really hope it shows. I really hope I had some success with it. But as I said, more importantly, I really hope the winners themselves like them. Guys, congratulations and thank you very, very much. We shall be having one more wave of winners incoming very, very soon. That'll make us up to 15 creations in total. Not to mention the 2 ZBrush ones I have promised. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Best of luck everyone, best of luck. And I will catch you all next time. Cheers.